So there you have it, guys. Another season over and Chelsea are once again in the Champions League, but we needed help from an unlikely source. Welcome to the review of Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 1.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So we're in the top four, but boy did we make it hard for ourselves. And we needed help from an unlikely source. Who was it? Tottenham. Tottenham, our arch enemies, helped us out yesterday with that 4-2 victory over Leicester. And the irony of it is that we were the ones who beat Tottenham to help Leicester win the league a few seasons ago, and now Tottenham are beating Leicester so that Chelsea can make the top four. This is the third season in a row now where we've needed help from other teams because we hadn't finished strongly ourselves and we're relying on other teams to slip up. This Chelsea team are not quite ready. They're getting there, but they're not quite there yet to challenge for the league, and it was evident in the performance yesterday. We need to find a way. We need that experience. We need those big time players to play in those big matches that count, because when the big matches come along, we just get found wanting. We saw that in the FA Cup last week against Leicester when the players just froze on the day and didn't put in a great performance. Okay, we were a bit unlucky, you'll say, with some of the chances, but our overall performance wasn't great. And again, yesterday the first half summed up our season in a nutshell. So what you saw in the first half is a Chelsea of what you've seen all season, no matter whether it be under Frank Lampard or under Tuchel. So what you saw was a team who were huffing and puffing but failed to blow the house down. We created chance after chance. I wouldn't say any clear-cut chances, but we were creating chances. But we didn't really give Martinez a save, what you would call like a fantastic save. Most of the saves that he had to make were routine saves. Once again, we saw an offside goal by Werner, another story of our season. And just like with every game, we have 8 or 9 chances, either not hitting the target or soft shots at the goalkeeper. Then the opposition, they have like 1 or 2 chances, and that's all they need. They just need a couple of chances and then they score. And that's what we saw yesterday. A well-worked free kick. And again, it's Traore, the guy who we let go, showing us how it's done. It was an unfortunate finish because he hit the ball against the ground. The ball went over the head of Mendy. And the bad news was, with Mendy attempting to make that save, he damaged some ribs, and so it's touch and go whether he'll make the Champions League final. I'm hoping that when he has his scan today, it doesn't prove to be too damaging and that he can make the Champions League, because without him in the side, I didn't fancy our chances before, but without him in the side, our chances just got less lessened. So I'm not looking forward to that final. It's gonna be messy. So second half, Jorginho, who had a stinker yesterday, and he's been having a stinker for the past 3 or 4 matches, he gave away a soft penalty, not concentrating, not tracking back on his man, and it was a penalty. And El Ghazi came up and scored a goal, and 2-0. In effect, game was over. Chelsea didn't show that fight because we didn't know the score. Chelsea did not know what was going on in the other matches. And at the time, Chelsea were out of the top 4 positions because Leicester were winning against Tottenham with 2 penalties from Vardy. And so they didn't show enough urgency. Once again, we waited till the last 15, 20 minutes to show a bit of urgency. Then we got a goal through Ben Chilwell, and it was a well-worked move. Nice, quick, slick passes. The ball came out to Pulisic, who crossed it into Chilwell, who had a decent finish. Then the goalkeeper pulled off a great save from another Chilwell shot, and we were sort of knocking on the door a little bit, but again, not really. There's a lot of panic stations in the Aston Villa penalty box, but I wouldn't say we were really pounding at trying to get that showing any urgency and trying to get that equaliser. And with Chelsea, it's like 5 minutes burst, and when things are not working, that 5 minute burst, heads begin to drop again, and so we just couldn't get back into the game. Good teams find a way, especially when you're fighting for, and what was at stake, top four was at stake, and the players again just didn't show enough. The deficiencies in the side are clear to see. We need decent midfielders in there, and especially in the pivot area, who are going to be strong enough not to be bullied off the ball, because yesterday Jorginho and Kovacic were getting bullied off the ball far too easy, and a lot of teams are now finding us out that if we put pressure on those two guys, they're going to give the ball away. So time and time again we had McGinn and their other midfielder winning the ball out from high positions. And another disappointing aspect about the game was our captain, Aston Villa, allowed himself to be got to by Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is, that's the sort of player we need in our side. And we've got a couple, Rudiger, I think, of one of them. We can niggle the opposition, and Jack Grealish was a bit clever. But the thing for me, the referee should have booked him. The crowd, I mentioned on the chat show I was on earlier that the crowd were going to play a big part in this game, and so it was, because Jack Grealish wasn't booked for a definitely bookable foul. And then because I can't remember who it was on our side. I think it was Jorginho, his first challenge. The crowd's baying the referee to give him a yellow card. He gets a yellow card for his first challenge. But going back to the Azpilicueta situation, he got niggled by Grealish, and he lashed out. And it wasn't a lash out. He just sort of raised his arm and at Jack Grealish's face, and Jack Grealish made the most of it, and he got a red card. As a captain, you cannot show that ill discipline. You're meant to be, and I'd expect that from maybe one of the younger, inexperienced players. You're an experienced player. You're the captain of the side. Don't let the side down. So he's, okay, it was 89th minute, but still, imagine if we needed 2 goals. Imagine if that Tottenham didn't do us a favour against Leicester, and playing with 11 and 10 men just made our task a lot more difficult. So he should have read the situation a bit more and reacted better to him. So it's clear to see what we need. As I said, we need some midfielders. We definitely need someone that's top who's going to put away the chances, because time and time again this season we've created chances and failed to convert them. And defensively, everyone's saying we need a centre back. I think we've got some decent centre backs in our squad. Guay looks good for Swansea, and Bayamba's going to be a good defender coming up. Maybe with Thiago Silva having one more season, another person with a bit more experience, possibly. I don't know. But for me, I'll before looking at the defence, I'll be looking at central midfield and striking positions as a priority for next season. Some people with a little bit of experience, maybe, and just a little bit of leadership. The names mentioned, like Rice. Some people say, okay, Rice is only 21, but he's experienced enough because he's had 3 seasons in the top flight. He's captaining West Ham. He's showing that leadership quality. So someone like Rice would improve our midfield immensely. So now upwards and onwards, we got the Champions League to look forward to. Just praying that Kante's fit. Tuchel said he should start training by Wednesday, and praying that Mendy's fit, because it's going to be a really difficult task against Man City, and the way that we've been playing in matches that matter, the business end of the season, the finals, we haven't been performing. So Chelsea, please don't let me down for a 3rd time this season. Let's go out there and give our all against Manchester City in the Champions League. Stick your comments below. What do you think of our performance yesterday? Are you as downbeat as me after watching that tepid performance, or do you think there is reason for optimism and it will get better next season? So I'll see you guys on the next video. So take care. Bye.